So I think this is about how things work. If you followed the channel, we've bought 4 bikes as a family this year. I've bought 3 for the kids, the CRF50, 110, and the YZ85. I haven't had a bike for a while. Sold mine, had a 650L, sold it about a little over a year ago, and I knew I'd get a bike again, but getting the kids bikes and my dad getting a bike kind of pushed that issue here a little bit. So today's my day. I found a deal. It's end of season time, but also at the end of season here, it's 35 degrees out and it's raining out. I think the Rockies are going to get historic snow this weekend, so yeah, I picked a good weekend, didn't I? But the bike I picked was the CRF450L. I was debating between that and the YZ250X. We're going to teach the kids a little bit at the motocross track next year, so I needed something to be able to kind of follow along with them, and then just the typical riding we do. And I think the 250X would have been phenomenal for that, but then if you look at the other side of it, my dad has the 250L, my brother-in-law Dan has the 650L. It doesn't make sense for me not to be able to go on the road with them and go do kind of some of our own little trips on here. So this seemed to be the bike to make the most sense. And with the deal that I'm getting on here, I'm pretty damn happy. So we're going to go get that today. The only problem is I don't know if I'm going to ride it. I know, man up. It's, go enjoy it. But rain, high 30s for a temperature. I think I might just look at it today. So, but yeah, either way, let's go get it. Bring it home, take a look at it, and kind of talk about some of the initial mods I plan on doing to it. Maybe Santa will be good to me this year, and we'll get some extra stuff going for it. So thanks for checking this one out. Subscribe to the channel, and let's go get it. Okay, all loaded up. Rain and snow, let's go home. Okay, so we're actually on day 2 now. Bought the bike yesterday, brought it out here. We was actually celebrating kind of a joint, my birthday, my mom's birthday. And it was just snowing, as you can see from that previous clip. And so what I did is just kind of parked it, showed it to everybody, started it, which it's way too quiet, but I don't think that's a big secret at this point. And took a ride at night, of all times. It had quit snowing around 9. So I we got it with 1 mile, and it probably now has a whopping 3. So yeah, we didn't ride very much, but it was just to test it out, get a feel for it. A pretty cool bike, so I'm going to go for a ride here in just a second, test out my new GoPro mount. Okay, I know the lighting's not that good, but just quick talk. I do plan on taking off the plastic side covers. I've heard that you can get gunk and everything hidden behind there, and it creates rust points, so I don't want that. I'm going to be taking the reflectors off here. Eventually we'll clean up the license plate back there. I'd like to find something to do with this, get this off, but they welded on brackets. Eventually I want to get the air canister and do the thermostat delete. Of course, we got to do the ECU mods and get this 15-pound waste of space out. And I don't know if I'm ever going to touch the gas tank, to be honest. I think I'd almost rather just throw a rack on with a portable fuel can. I think that would be a better bang for my buck. The turn signals don't bug me too much, but what we might do is if I put handguards up here, I'm going to go with the Zetas and put the integrated turn signals on. And then I'm going to see how these are for vibration and everything. I'm not going to panic right now, but I forget the name of them, but I know there's better mirrors out there. I'm probably going to go back to my Pro Taper Evo I've ran for years on previous bikes, either the CR High or Wyndham Bend. And the thing I'll have to debate is whether I run the 7/8 adapters up here, so that you get extra height, or if I like this height, I will just replace the post right there. So those are kind of, the dollar amounts are adding up real quick. Those are kind of some of the initial first mods I want to do. And then long term, I've always wanted to learn how to do suspension. I've learned a lot of this stuff, so I'd like to leave the valving alone, but I'd like to change the spring rates in the fork and the rear. The rear is really easy to do. So right now my goal is to be 220 pounds. I'm about 22 away from that right now, because that's what Honda puts in the owner's manual, which seems a little silly to me, but that's fine. That's what it is. I think it's just a statement for me personally with a weight loss goal to say, hey, I can ride my own bike. So okay, so I'm gonna go try my new GoPro mount here and just go for kind of a day 1 ride, kind of a baseline, and see how long I can freeze before I call it quits, because it's kind of drizzling out here, but it's 36 out, and I don't have winter riding gear, so I'm not going to make it too long.
Raining. And that's what people are talking about, the flame out right there. How do you like that? Okay, makes me nervous to go on wet pavement with a bike I don't know. So we'll take it easy. It is cold. All right. Oh, light it up. Okay, let's warm up and go park it.
Okay, came back from my ride. I'm froze. Let's see what we got on. Okay, put on 10 miles. That's enough. I'm letting it sit outside before I hose it off. One thing I noticed, this catalytic converter, this exhaust, it doesn't expel any heat. So it's going to retain heat in there for a long time before it lets it go. So where I'm at right now, my two main thoughts that need to go is the computer, and we're going to go for a walk here in a second, and I'll show why, and the tires for what I want to use it for. Those tires actually felt really nice on the road, and I think for fire roads and cruising they'd be good. But I want to show you what happened to me in back. No big deal. Got it dirty, so that's the right way to do it. Okay, let's go for a quick walk. Okay, so my dad lives on 5 acres, and we're really privileged that he's got these kind of trails cut through back here. You can burn through the trails really fast. They're really not amazing for a big bike, just because you can cruise the property so much. We'd have to make some more zigzags for bigger bikes, but for the kids' bikes, the 230 he has, kind of following the kids, it's a lot of fun back here. And I know it's partly because it's wet, but the throttle response on it, like everybody says, it kind of has that on jerkiness, and when you're riding in tight, that's not what you want. And then with it wet back here, the tires don't have a ton of grip either. Now this isn't a big deal, but as I was coming back here, granted it's a new bike and this is really soft and loamy, I think it was right about here, I gave it gas to enter the corner, and the rear end just flew out from under me, and you know, then I went with it. I rode it for a little bit, but it wasn't my intention to send it right there. All I wanted to do was carry my corner. But because the throttle didn't I just wanted to load it a little, but when I gave it the crack, the throttle popped and it brought it out. There's a lot to be said for knowing your machine. I mean, the more, if I were to just ride this and only this, I'd learn it and that wouldn't be a big issue. But those are fixable things and things that I kind of want to take care of. So, and my dad, since he's got his 230 and 250, he'll take the tires from me anyway, so it's not like they're going to go to waste. So the biggest thing I got to decide is, am I doing the Dunlop D606? Or, I mean, I could keep them, get a second set of wheels for the type of riding I want to do, but I think overall I'll be better off just getting rid of those tires. Okay, I'm sure there's something I'm forgetting to mention. If so, I'll make it up in a different video. But in closing, you know, kind of first riding on here, even though the weather's not ideal, I don't regret this purchase at all. But I was also educated going into it. And as you saw, I got the bike for $79.99, which was amazing. That was just like a dream price. And then because it was the 5th bike we bought from Westside Motorsports, they helped me out on the freight and setup as well. I mean, so I came out really well on this purchase. So having to put some money into it compared to what MSRP is, I'm pretty happy. I'm feeling pretty good. And the bike's totally rideable as is. It's just not what I want. When I had my 650L, I know I used to have an 06 CRF450L. This was kind of the culmination I was hoping for. And in my mind, I knew what I wanted it to be. You know, kind of like what I was expecting. And from the mods that are out there, by waiting as long as I have, I know I can make this bike what I always wanted it to be. And that's what I'm going to do. It's just going to take a little time. So, big purchase, one of many big purchases this year. So, I got to kind of be a little responsible here. But anyway, thanks for enjoying this with me. It's pretty cool. We're going to look back at this video a few years from now and see what this thing's become, and it'll be kind of cool to have a starting point of what this was. So, if you want to see where this goes, see where we go as a family with all the other bikes, go and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button. We appreciate the support. We're really looking to grow this channel, both with my family, grandpa obviously, my brother-in-law, and just, you know, keep track of everybody riding, having fun, and sticking together as a group. All right, have a good one. Thanks. Bye.